Time later, the TV in Albert and Max's room is turned on and a girl appears talking about parthenogenesis, so Albert has to explain to Max that the children are created in test tubes. Lamia mentions that their method of procreation is perfect, but Max accuses them of brainwashing kids. That night, Max and Albert think about the years of life they've missed and how their family and friends are gone. Swearing they'll never get frozen again, they comfort each other and finish the last drops of alcohol. Later, while they watch TV, Max points out that if they do things right, this place could be a paradise for them, but Albert scolds him for thinking with his other head in such a serious situation. At that moment, Lamia comes to check on their health and Max answers with a flirty line that Lamia doesn't understand. Then he asks if they could take a walk together or even dance as he comes closer to Lamia, suddenly stealing her first kiss. Lamia freaks out and immediately throws him on the floor before leaving. Once she's alone, Lamia realizes she can't stop thinking about the kiss and something has awakened in her. Eventually the guys are allowed to leave the room and taken to the biosanctuary, where they find embalmed animals that were victims of radiation. They also find a tree with 2 tiny apples and eat them. At that moment they're approached by Her Excellency, the leader of this society. When she asks the men's age, genetics member Emma explains the guys are technically 86, but because of the hibernation they haven't physically aged. Max comes closer to properly introduce himself, but the guards think he's about to attack her and knock him down. Her Excellency tells the guards to let go of Max and teaches the men some history. It was the professor who invented the M-bomb, a chemical that was supposed to temporarily paralyze male genes to stop the war, but in the end it erased them. Max points out he and Albert can take over reproduction now, but none of the women are interested. Her Excellency points at the tree and explains it symbolizes the story of Adam and Eve, so women will remember not to lose paradise. She then notices the apples are missing and furiously orders the guards to put the men in confinement. Afterward, Albert tells Max they should escape, theorizing there must be a better world outside. In the meantime, Lamia continues to think about the kiss, so she visits the elder, the only person who still remembers the old world. Lamia gives her a jar of strawberry jam to convince her to talk, and the elder shares stories about the role of